And there we go. The microphone is finally on. And again, we're half an hour late today, just like yesterday. What do I blame? Traffic? late work. I don't want to blame anybody or anything. We'll just carry on from here, and hopefully everything is good. Welcome everyone, glad to have you all on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you are watching VolcanoX live stream. There was a question earlier, what are we looking at? We are looking at the Rebbe vent in the Kobe fissure, and that is right next door to Litihurter on the Reykjanes Peninsula in Iceland. Off in the north, we've got Kalir, and to the south, of course, we've got Meridalier, and then where Siggy Fisher is, as well as a little further south is where our wonderful Ragnar is. So, hey, that's what we're looking at. Anyway, glad to have everyone on board here, and welcome. Happy Friday to all of you. It is actually not a bad day here. I don't even know the temperature outside, but I think it got up to about 22 or something, but we can always check and just see what's going on there temp-wise, and then maybe we can also check temps in Reykjavik and see how lovely it is there. And yeah, I was right, 22 C, 72 Fahrenheit, and 14 degrees Celsius in the capital city of Reykjavik, Iceland, 57 degrees Fahrenheit there. Humidity slightly higher there than it is here, and well, a little bit windier there too, I guess. Anyway, pretty cool. So, hey, actually, that's not bad weather for this time of year, seriously. Speaking of this time of the year, rather than looking at canned lava, I do want to kind of look at something canned, but we're going to just go there for a second and have a look at what it looks like, or what the Rebbe vent looked like earlier today. And that was there. What time was that at? That's at 17:23 or 5:23 in the evening. And you do still see it smoking and off-gassing, and still quite a bit of that sulfur over here on this end, really visible in that particular light. If we move on a little bit, of course, it starts to get darker and grayer as we move into the darkness there at 8:10 p.m. or 2010. Look like some fogs and cloud rolling through. Not unusual for Iceland, so that is what the visibility was like then. Anyway, if we back this all the way up to near the beginning of the day, they did have some pretty nice sunshine there. That's what it was looking like in a slightly different sunlight angle. Not bad at all, so pretty nice. What's interesting today, though, is I was looking at this and going, huh? Really? And for all of you who are looking at it, you're looking at the harmonic tremor chart for ODF or Odafelt area there. And Odafettel. Anyway, that's the new sensor that they had put in. And of course, when we're looking at this, your purple is your magmatic line, your green is your seismicity, and your tectonic movement is your dark, or your blue, I should say, not dark blue. It's just blue. But the point here is, hey, look where they are. Where's my lava? I want lava. Jonesy Music is here. Cool. Hey. Anyway, we'll say hi to everyone in a second. I'm just wanting to point that out. That was, to me, was a surprise to see where it is. So we may, well, if it keeps going up, if it keeps going up, we know what's going to happen. We're going to get another burst of lava come out. At least fingers crossed that we do. Seeing it go where to that height, though, is not the first time that it's done that. You take a look back over here, on the 17th, it did that twice, and it didn't throw out any lava. So you kind of go, what are we going to see here? Yep, we're talking about Iceland, about Fraggerafjall there, Jonesy. Anyway, that is what the chart was doing, and I thought, hey, that is pretty incredible. Anyway, let's leave that on there for a second. Of course, this is from this morning at, what is it, 11:15 Icelandic time, and that, of course, Rebbe Fisher, or Rebbe Vent in the Kobe Fisher, and that is what we were seeing. Anyway, welcome everyone. Oh, hang on, how come it didn't change? There, now it changed. All right, a little slow on the ball here. That's what happens when you get stressed and pushed. And then I, of course, got home here. I had to reboot the computer because it froze up on me, and it did its updates. And then, of course, I have to hurry to get the show on, right? Anyway, that's where it's at. Things are all in strange places once again, so not unusual. First off, welcome to our wonderful moderators. We got Arizona Snowman and Piggy and C&D Boy and Sue, who's here, as well as Yvonne Kunkel and possibly Siggy and Gary 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, and Lucas Snow, Joseph Fields, Texas, Mona Lisa Smiles, and a few others. And did I mention C&D Boy? Yeah, him, that guy right there. He just popped in with his big thumb sticking up. Awesome. And welcome to the moderators, and welcome to all of you. And we'll start out by saying hi to Wonky Donkey and Sophie and Kevin Haynes and Kevin Williams and Sleepy Dormouse and Henry Nelson, Jonesy Music. Who else is here? And we know Grandma B is on board. Henry Nelson, we got you. Let's see, there's a Grandma B. Sophie, welcome back. And let's see, Lizoid, of course, got the cookies today. Welcome, Lizoid. Henry, we got. Kevin, we got. Okay, scrolling upward. Looking for others. Metal Omi 54, welcome. We got Grandma B already. All right, still going up the list here. Seeing who else may have popped in that I might have missed. Richard Walter, welcome. And hope you got your answer there to what we were watching. So all good. Linda Schoof, in and out. She's gone. Dan the Man is back. Welcome, Dan. And let's see who else we got in here that popped in. And I'm up as high as I can go on the list. I don't see anyone else up there. Henry Singh, TGIF Doc. Oh yeah, it is. And I am happy it is a TGIF, all right. Anyway, that's what our wonderful Rebbe Cone is doing. And I don't know, are we going to see something pop? I'd love to see it erupt again. That would really, really be neat. Mind you, with all that stuff that fell back in there, I don't know. It's going to be a blast to get that out of the way. But anyway, let's put that one back on live. Let's take a look at a couple of the other cameras while we still have chances. I don't know which this one is. It's too dark. So let's go back a little ways and see. And there you go. That's the slightly longer range shot. This is from 1631 or 1632 now, Icelandic time. So a little while ago. How far back is that? That's about 7 hours ago. 7 hours and 10 minutes roughly. Anyway, you can see Kay Lear in the background, of course, the Rebbe event, and then, of course, the Fisher went along here, that line, and, of course, that is the Kobe Fisher, and that is the leftovers. So that is what came out of there. Pretty awesome. Kay Lear, like I said, and you can see Reykjavik in the background. All cool, not going to worry about that shot. Going to put that one back on live, actually make it a little smaller. Go to the next one here, and that one is dark right now. Unfortunately, I don't think that one was too visible. If we go back about 11 hours, we can see this is up on Thorbjorn, and of course that is just south of the Blue Lagoon. And the Blue Lagoon is actually just off on the left side here. Looking off in the distance, you can see that is at the top of Ragnar sitting there. And of course the eruption was in the back there. So we're not seeing anything more here. That's all okay. Just I wanted to point that one out, and then it did get kind of a yucky a little later on with that cloud rolling in. So we'll leave that one alive, make it smaller, and we'll go to the next one. This, of course, is what it looks like in the wonderful capital city of Reykjavik right now. If we go back about, I'm just going to grab 8 hours or so and take a look and see what we've got. It was not a bad day there for them. So looking pretty awesome. Everything's still very green colored, and everybody looks happy running around. No, I don't see anybody. Just some cars moving. All right. This shot, of course, from the Perlin Center there in Reykjavik, and they've got multiple cameras there, so pretty cool. Anyway, we'll put that one back on live, and we'll make that smaller. Go to the next shot, and we'll back that up time-wise as well. And that is over at, looking at Kaylir, or no, Katla, sorry, not Kaylir, Katla. There we go. That is Katla, buried underneath the all that ice and snow. And of course, good place to look at it from. I don't see anything happening, and of course, hey, right now we shouldn't, so it's all good. Wonky Donkey's got to get out there and do some drilling or something. Anyway, we'll leave that guy be as well, put it back on live, make that smaller, and here's one of the other ones. That is the present condition up there. This is Kverkfjord. That's going back a little ways in time. Back there somewhere is where Askja is, and that's okay. It's hiding in some kind of a mystery mist, fog, something. Anyway, that is pretty normal looking, so, pardon me, nothing unusual there, and we don't see any plumes going into the air. Even earlier, it wasn't bad. And we'll go back a little bit earlier yet as well. That's 8.5 hours ago, and don't see a heck of a lot happening. So pretty calm scene. We'll leave that be, and we'll put that one back onto live, make that small as well, and go to the next shot that we've got. Again, this is another one that's supposed to have Askja in the background. I'm still not quite oriented on this particular camera, but somewhere in the back there is where Askja is, and it's kind of nice. This, just see the outback. Why is that stuck on live? Oh, I must have moved it back here. Let's see if it looks a little better. There we go. You can see a little further. Some low spots in there. And again, I'm not sure exactly where Askja is supposed to be, if it's back in here or back over there somewhere. I'm not too versed on that area because I never went there, never visited that area. So anyway, that is back to live. We're going to put that one back to small, go to the next one. And this one is about 6 hours ago, 6 hours and 10 minutes ago. That is, of course, our panoramic view. That's just right when those clouds started to come in. There's our Rebbe vent, and then, of course, Kaylir, Kaylir and Little Kaylir over here. And that is what we've got, so pretty cool. And let's see what we've got for earthquakes. I'm going to make that one smaller as well. Actually, and put it back on this one. Get them all small, otherwise we'll burn too much juice. Let's go over, take a look at the earthquake map real quick and see what we've got. There we go. Trying to get myself on the right map. Whoop. No, on this one. There we go. So in the last 24 hours, we've had 85 quakes in Iceland. And some of them, well, and we don't see anything really big. I think the biggest one, Tetra. Well, thank you for renewing. Hey, still here. Doc's still here. Yep, you bet. Awesome. Thanks, Tetra, for popping back in, and I'm pleased that you're still on board. Anyway, looking at what we've got up top here, we'll see a few of them. This one is a 2.05, 10 kilometers down from 4:26 a.m. The other one is 2.0, that's the same one. How about we get it on that side? There we go. A 2.17, 10 kilometers down, 4:18. And then we've got a 1.8, 1.1 kilometers down at 23:08 today. And let's zoom into a few of these. I'm just going to sample a few. 0.9, 10 kilometers down, 19 minutes after midnight. 1.3, 1 kilometer down, 22:47. A 0.9, 5.1 kilometers down, 17:25. And we'll grab this 1.14, 10 clicks down, 39 minutes after midnight. And a 1.51, 10 kilometers down at 13:07. Gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on there. This one here, 1.36, 10 kilometers down, and 6:04. And this other one is 0.24 from 10 kilometers down at 3 a.m. And let's grab a few more here. 1.1, 6.8 clicks down, 17:40. This is a 1.58, 10.8 kilometers down from 10:53. A little 0.3 beside it, 15.3 kilometers down from 11:32. How deep is this? 0.17, 4.1 kilometers down, 3:06 this morning. The other one beside it, 9.8 kilometers down for 0.68 at 4:38 a.m. Gives you a pretty good idea. Let's just carry on here and move down a bit more and see what else we got. Okay, in this area, 2.21, and no, sorry, a 1.21. It's a 2.1 kilometers down. Boy, don't read the other number first. Anyway, 47 minutes after midnight for that one, and he had a little friend. Hey, welcome to my little friend. A 0.31, 2.3 kilometers down from 15:53. And let's see, what else we got? Over there we got a 0.5, 1.8 kilometers down, 17:36. Moving on down a bunch, what else we got here? A 0.4, 9.5 kilometers down, 23:14. There's Hair the Bride, and we got a 0.49, 6.3 kilometers down from 11:58. And at 11:51 we had a 0.39, 15.9 kilometers down, quite deep. There's Askia, and we had one small tiny little quake there, a 0.35, 5.1 kilometers down from 10:14. Interesting, but nothing crazy. Bardabunga had this, a 0.47, and that is a 1.5 kilometers down, 4:58. Was the time on it. We don't see anything over here. This is just a weird place, but hey, it could happen. 0.06, 2.4 kilometers down, and that is from 11:06. Down here at Katla, we got the 3 quakes. 0.81, 135 meters down, 7:48 this morning. That likely ice movement. And from 2015, we've got a 0.1, 1.1 kilometers down. This one is from 2315, 0.1, 4.8 kilometers down. Definitely not ice movement on those two. So that's what we got over there. Let's boogie on over a bit more. We'll grab the 0.22 here. 7.4 kilometers down, 935. 0.6 up there, 4.7 kilometers down, 1856. 1.87, 4.9 kilometers down from 1603. And then we've got a little tiny stack of a few. 1.15, 5 kilometers down from 1054. 0.56, 5.3 clicks down, 707. 7.2, 2.6 clicks down from 338. 0.67, 4.6 clicks down, 1434. 0.98, 4.4 kilometers down at 5:31 this morning. And I think that's got it 9:40 a.m. We had a 0.94, 4.4 kilometers down. So a little swarm, not too shallow, so we'll leave those guys be. Moving this way a little bit, another little grouping here. I don't know why they like to group up. 1.47, 3.9 kilometers down from 1323. 1.05, 4.8 clicks down, 1445. And the other one is a smaller 0.46, 4.1 kilometers down from 347. And let's zoom back out. We got, I think we got that 0.45, 5.9 clicks down, 1:50 a.m. 0.8 and 1.4 kilometers down, 1753. And let's just check these guys. 0.5, 5.2 clicks down from 2145. 0.14, 6.7 kilometers down, 1142. And there's another one underneath it, 0.08, 6.2 clicks down, 1141. 0.01, 7.2 kilometers down, and 7:09 is the time for him. 0.6, 6.4 kilometers down, 5:32. 0.3, 6 kilometers down, 4:31. 0.09, 5.4 kilometers down, 4:26. 0.31, 6 kilometers down, 4:35. And 0.13, 6.5 kilometers down from 12 minutes after midnight. The bigger one off in the distance here, 1.1 kilometer down for a 1.2 from 1908. That was a nice year, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember it. 18, what's this? At 2025 we had a 1.2. And that is 4.7 kilometers down. We also had a very close 4.4 clicks down at 1908. And the newest one on the screen is from 2350, and a 0.8 and a 4.8 kilometers down for him. Let's see what else we got getting closer to our destination. We are on the Reykjanes Peninsula, so let's have a look. 1.52, 135 meters down, and that's from 1341. I don't think that was earth or ice movement. I think that's something else, some earth movement. 0.49, 8 kilometers down, 1500 for him. 0.19, 5.6 clicks down, 1118. 0.21, 5.4 clicks down, 1104. This one is from 1108, 0.51, 3.9 kilometers down, 0.04, 5.9 clicks down, 1522, and the 0.41, 5.5 kilometers down, 5:30 this morning, 1.23 from 18 minutes after midnight, 5.9 kilometers down, and this outline, of course, is our Fragedalfjall area. And if we zoom in, there you can see this is Ragnar's location, and that's the Siggy Fisher, and of course this is the Rebbe event. So that's what we've got going on, and we'll take a look at this one underneath Calir first. 0.19, 2.4 kilometers down from 944. And if we go slide over here and take a look at these, this one right close to the saddle area here. 1:33 a.m. a 0.33, 10.7 kilometers down. That's quite deep. This one is a 0.33, 8.5 kilometers down, 6:53 this morning. And this is a 0.63, 6.9 clicks down, 8:29. And a 0.61, 8.4 kilometers down from 12:24. Yeah, I've been noticing those are all like 8 to 10 clicks down. I wonder if that's where our magma chamber's sitting. Anyway, this is a 0.53, 4.9 kilometers down from 12:02. And of course, over here is where the Blue Lagoon is, right in here, and the power plant and the hotel. So not too far away. And the other camera up on Thorbjorn up here, that's what we had. Anyway, there's a 0.48 close to the radio towers, and that is 2.5 kilometers underneath them from 3:02 this morning. Moving over a little bit more. Top of the hour, I better hustle and get these last quakes out of here. And see if we can shake them up. A 0.12, 135 meters down, 7:25. Next one, a 0.47, 5.1 kilometers down, 4:35. A 0.07, 2.99 kilometers down, 13:52. From 15:15, we had a 0.68, 4.7 kilometers down. Next one is a 0.68, 5.2 clicks down from 3:55. And the last one on our list is 1.1, 6.8 kilometers down from 1:33 this morning. Oh, hang on, we missed two. Oh no, 1.21, 10 clicks down, and 4:15. The other one is from 3:12, 1.29, 10 kilometers down as well. There, we got them all. All right, that's your earthquakes. It's time for me to go take a break. Let's get you back on that wonderful canned lava. I better make it move. Push the go button. There we go. We gotta take a look at an email. Anyway, for those good people who are here, if you haven't yet hit that like button, you know, you might want to go and give it a quick bop. And also, if you have not yet subscribed, please do consider subscribing. And on those notes, we'll have bacon seeds when we come back from the break. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and you're watching VolcanoX. I'll be back right away for 5, 6, 7 minutes, something like that, maybe 8 at the most. I'll be back. And there we go. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX, a live stream. Okay, so yeah, we got just got an email from Henry, and he mentioned something in that email. I don't know if you good people all remember Teresa Cook, I believe is what her name is. Let me double check that I've got the name correct. Yeah, Teresa Cook, and she was in quite often. Anyway, I want to say thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and Henry and Kevin and Sasha and Albert Girl. And welcome everyone, and Judy M. I see in there as well. So yeah, it's unfortunate, sad news that sometimes we have to kind of put up and tolerate some things, and it's unfortunate that it happens. But apparently, Teresa Cook, from what I get of the situation here, let me just kind of read through this. Found this on Two Pineapples Discord this evening. I believe Teresa Cook was a lavalier as well as a member at Two Pineapples. She visited VolcanoX and chat often, so I recognized her name. Sad to learn, she was a victim of the fire in Maui, apparently on vacation from California. Yeah. So, we burn that candle for Teresa Cook. And yeah, she was a lavalier. She was in here quite often, and just want to take a minute and think about it. So yeah, it's it does hit home when one of your own is kind of out there, and it is a sad situation, to lose what we consider part of the family. So yeah, it is. Unfortunately, so I'm just a little bit shocked, and it is what it is. There's not much we can do about it, but our condolences go out to Teresa Cook's family and her loved ones and everyone else there. And unfortunately, the fires on Maui, did a lot of damage, and it took a lot of good people. It is very, very bad. Unfortunately, yeah, sad for our family, and that is so true, Tento. So, yeah. Please just take that moment of silence and okay, so we really hate hearing those things, unfortunate, but it happens. It happens. So, like I said, our sincerest condolences to her family and her loved ones, and whoever she is left behind, and hopefully things will straighten out. You can never bring anyone back once they're gone. So. Safe journey, Teresa Cook. Anyway, we better keep going here. So, Thank you everyone for sharing that moment. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Let's get on to something slightly happier, and of course that is our wonderful bacon seeds. And that was the last one from yesterday. And of course Piggy has sent us a whole bunch more, so we will do those and take a look and see what she has sent us. Of course she was busy sending. We can see her there. Anyway, here's the first one, and I think we might have seen him before, but he's still cute. I like his little pom-pom on top of his head there. It looks comfy. A very comfy looking little piggy. And the next one is this one, and I think we've seen him before too, or her, cuddling her little teddy bear. Awesome. And let's go. Yep, a snuggle piggy. Yep, they're snugglers. And here's some more snugglers. This guy's kind of a cute looking feller. And he's got an inquisitive look on his face. A pleasant one, though. He doesn't look mad or anything. So, pretty nice. Next, a bacon seed. Yeah, cheeky grin. I think so. Uh-oh, here's a rabbit. My first Easter. Uh-oh. I don't think that's a bunny. I like it. That is awesome, and I hope that bunny enjoyed his first Easter, and that is cool. Next is these two, and they're snuggling too. Maybe this is all about snuggling today, and they're both smiling, so that is really awesome to see. And next one, somebody's sleeping on the job. Looks like well covered and enjoying his cushiony sleep. So pretty awesome. And next, a bacon seed. Here now we're getting to the little itty bitty ones. These can't be more than a couple of days old, and very, very little tiny guys. That is awesome. And let's get the next one. And what do we got? We got spots. 3 of them. And those are cute. All holding up that log. Or trying to pull it. I don't know what they're doing with it. Oh, hang on. They're pulling it back and it's bending slightly. And they're going to let it go and whap us. A good trio. Yep, you bet. Alright, next one is, I think that is plenty of bacon. Oh boy, that is something that I didn't think was, well, it's a rather large bacon seed, so there you go. And one more, a chubby piggy is right. One more bacon seed to go, and here's our last one for today, and it's a couch potato. I gotta love it. Okay, a beautiful couch potato enjoying his or her stay on the couch, watching some TV, having a nap maybe. I have no idea, but looking pretty comfy if you ask me. So that is pretty cool. A big thank you goes out to our wonderful Piggy for sending those in. And I really do appreciate you doing that every day. And I know I got the last email. There's about 20 bacon seeds in that one. So I hope that's all cool too. Thank you, Piggy. I appreciate it. And let's carry on with other places to go and see. And now, because I had to reboot my computer, things aren't all in the right place, so we may mess up a little bit here now and again. So let's pop over to this one first. I'll see if I can get that back on the screen as soon as I can find it. There it is, and that of course is what a Popocatépetl is looking like right now. So interesting. It came out of the clouds apparently Earlier it was hiding amongst the water vapors of the sky, and there you can see that. And then of course earlier on this was kind of the scene, but we go back and check it out about 9 hours ago or so, and that is right there at 8:37 a.m. It does look like it had a good frosting of snow again, just thin stuff, and it is definitely continuing to steam off a whole bunch of I guess moisture in there, looking pretty darn good though. And it was doing that pretty much all morning long from the looks of things. So 7:36 is the time on there, and then prior to that it was a little bit on the cloudy side as well. And I think this is about where it came out of the clouds at 7:03. So if we move ahead a little bit, we see it did clear, but quite a big plume coming up out of there. And I don't know if it's because it looking bigger because it's a hot material and cold out in the air. Very likely a scenario since we've got snow on the ground, as well as maybe a little bit more content of water vapor in that material as it's coming up. Albert Girl saying night night, see you all tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow Saturday the stream starts early, so remember that, and that'll be cool. Anyway, that is what Popocatépetl is doing right now. We'll put it back onto live and get a commercial. That's nice. Let's go over here instead. And this is Fuego. Popocatépetl, of course, is south of Mexico City by about 70 kilometers. Popocatépetl, Fuego, on the other hand, is down in Guatemala, and not too far away from the capital city and all that stuff. I think about 70 or 100 kilometers or something like that, if that. Visibility though was not so good during the day. We back up a little bit and check it. Let's see, right around here, 10:16. Yep, still a bunch of cloud in there, but earlier we did see it was fairly clear, and that is kind of nice to see, but I'm not sure if we seen any eruptive activity. Oh, hang on, I did find it puffing here. So at 8:16 a.m., 8:15, 8:16, that's what was coming out, and that is okay. And let's see, did we have a little bit more earlier? And it does look like there were multiple or sporadic puffs coming out earlier as well, so pretty cool. Yeah, let's see if we have anything major coming out of there. This was 11 and a half hours ago, 11 hours and 40 minutes ago, at 6:46 a.m. And so yeah, that volcano has been busy, and this is, I think, the earliest we can get to 6:31, and it had another good plume there. So definitely not idle. It is doing its thing. Let's put that back on live, make it smaller again. I should make that other one smaller. Oh, that ad's still playing. Wow. Next one on our list is got to get refreshed. Or does it? No, that's yesterday's shot. Let's refresh it. There's today's shot. This is Messiah volcano in Nicaragua, and of course we are looking down into the caldera. That is the pit of death. Don't ever fall down into there. You'll never get out, and nobody's going to get you out. Anyway, I say that with an evil laugh. I don't think you'd even want to get to that point that you could get close enough. Let's have a look at Recon de la Vieja and see what it looks like today. Hey, look, there's the crater rim. Holy mackerel, we can actually see it. This is amazing. This is a first. We haven't seen this thing for such a long time. They had the chair in there and all kinds of stuff, but yep, you can actually see the a volcano crater around the edges here, and there it is off-gassing. Awesome. It's about time. Anyway, that is doing its thing. And again, that is a Recon de la Vieja. Okay, let's go to the next ones, and these are our Chilean ones. And I'm going to have to reload that page. And of course, it's going back to where we were last. Let's refresh this and see what we've got right now. Okay, so yep, current stuff, looking at Lascar down in Chile. We see the stars moving, and we don't see too much coming out of the vent here. Pretty quiet that way, so let's leave him be, and we'll go back to the next one. And Laguna del Mole is kind of a weird. We don't see a heck of a lot happening there. I thought I seen a light zipping across here. Might have been a low-flying star or something. There it is. It's a UFO. All right, and we'll leave it as that. We can't see a darn thing. And of course, it's nice and clear there for a change. And this is a Villarrica, so you can definitely see a Villarrica, snow-covered in the dark. And we do see the top of it, indicating that there is indeed lava dancing around inside that cone. So pretty awesome. Let's leave that there, and we will go to our next one. And let's see what we got there. I just want to make sure I got these ones small. Okay, that's good. Where is that one? I will find you. I will find you. I think I did. There we go. Anyway, yeah. This is Merapi, and let's see, does Merapi make us happy today? So far, no lava and lots of clouds. If we go back into the nighttime views, Merapi is not making us happy. Slightly earlier, there's a little bit of lava flowing down the opposite side. Here we were looking at that big canyon again. We do see a glow up there, so maybe it will start flowing down that canyon. That would be cool. Let's see if they had any better visibility further back, and I do not believe so. They did have this, quite a bit of seismic activity, as you can see on the sensor here. Unfortunately, we don't see a very good head-on shot of the lava. We do see this has already come down the hill, so nothing in the other camera views. Unfortunately, visibility not the best there, so we'll leave that be. And unfortunately, Merapi did not make us happy. Let's make that smaller. We'll go to our next place of fun and joy, and whoops, and there we go. And we can look at some snowbanks and cool off real quick. And what they're looking for, I have no idea. Maybe a snow or skiers or something. Anyway, that is Mount Ruapehu in New Zealand. Lots of snow, and that is cold looking. Anyway, that's what we've got going on. If we back that up just a little bit, we might be able to catch a normal shot there of the thing. That was the tip of it, and this was slightly earlier. There you can see the whole thing. It looks pretty awesome, and lots of snow on there. Let's put that back to live and make it smaller. Go to our next shot, and then we'll be getting on to taking a break. So make that just slightly larger, and there we go. So this, of course, the lake is the caldera for Taupo. Taupo is one of the volcanoes there in New Zealand. There in the back, that big white thing, that is Mount Ruapehu. That's where it lives, right back there. So you got two big volcanoes real close to each other. Pretty awesome. Anyway, a nice shot. Looks like they had nice weather there today. And of course, this shot is a courtesy of the Suncourt Hotel and Conference Center there in Taupo. Let's make that smaller, and we will put it back on that view, and actually pop it back over here so I know where it is. Put you back on that wonderful canned lava. It is time for me to take a break, so I am going to do exactly that. And yeah, that should be good. Yeah, time for the break. So if you have not yet hit that like button, give it a quick bop. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. It's a pretty nice channel. So go for it if you like it. Anyway, I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. I'm going to take a break. Don't go away. Thanks. there we go. The microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you, Sue Hayes and Tanto and Sasha and Kevin and Henry for the welcome backs. Awesome. And thank you, and aloha, Kathy. Thank you as well. I visited Ragnar when I was a pup with my daughter Claire in early May of 2021. That was a delightful experience. Yeah, you got there before me. Yeah. And that is awesome. Anyway, yeah, let's keep going with everything that we've got happening. And speaking of Hawaii, we'll do quick reports here on some of the other volcanoes that have been erupting and will maybe possibly erupt. We'll see what happens. Kia ora, Mr. Grenzed, or Grenzed. Welcome. Glad to have you on board. Anyway, let's get over to some of the other things here, and I'll stop the canned lava for right now, and we'll kind of mosey on over. Got to get everything set here, and try to remember where things are. All right, there we go. So, Kilauea, a volcano, Hawaii, increased swarm continues. When we look at the earthquake activity, it continues to end up being in that same area. Anyway, what's it say? Distribution of earthquakes beneath the southern caldera over the past 2 days. And that is what we're seeing. So, interesting. Hopefully we will see something pop out of there soon. That is nice to see Kilauea like that. And that is their satellite shot, Kilauea volcano sat by NASA. And that has got a copyright on it. And that's nice. And unrelated stuff. So we'll leave that be. Let's see, what's it say here? The elevated seismic unrest at the volcano continues. A swarm of a small means a value of M2 or mostly, but intense earthquakes have been occurring beneath the southern flank of Kilauea caldera over the past 2 days, the HVO reported. Most of the earthquakes have been located at a depth of 2 to 3 kilometers below the surface. Ground deformation summit tilt meter recordings indicate the ongoing infiltration trend in infiltrationary never mind. A trend in the past 2 days. Oh boy, some variations. All right, the summit area has been increasingly pressurized. Similar episodes of earthquakes and ground deformation activity occurred in November 2020 and August 2021, prior to the eruptions in December 20 and September 2021. So pretty good, interesting stuff going on. Also, the SO2 seems to be at 86 tons for August 15th. I don't think it has changed much, but that is, in a way, good news that they're saying that, maybe within the next couple of weeks we might see something happening there, maybe 3 weeks. We'll see. Keep an eye on it. That's pretty cool news. And let's see. I'm interested in what will happen at Campi in Italy. Kind of hot to live near. Yeah, well, they're not just near Grenzet. They're actually in Campi. Okay, and they're living in the calderas. and it is crazy to think of what will happen there. In the day, a week, any day. In a day, week, any day. Okay, yeah, it could happen. Next volcano on the list, of course, is this beautiful monster, and that is our wonderful Santiaguito in central, well, it's in Guatemala, Central America. Eruption continues and blocks detached from a lava dome, and that is a pretty awesome shot. The explosion from Caliente, a lava dome at the Santiaguito volcano over the past few days. Okay, so yeah, a pretty good puff coming out of there, and that's kind of a rough looking volcano if you ask me. A nice vantage point though from up on the other one, and there you can see it's where it's located, Central America and Guatemala. And if we look over here, I'm not sure if this guy over here is where our other wonderful Fuego is. I think it should be right around there. They're very close to each other anyway. What else we got there? Nothing. Nope. Nice. A picture of a Strombolian activity from Rakata Island. I do believe Rakata Island. That might. I don't know. Is that what do you call it? Krakatau? I don't know if that's what they actually call it. Anyway, that is what we've got going on there. So the explosive eruption of the volcano continues. The visible nighttime glow and near constant emissions of gas and water vapor, a so-called degassing, indicates the continuing rise of fresh viscous magma accumulated in the Caliente lava dome. Piling lava material makes the dome partially prone to collapse, which in turn develops into a rolling hot, weak to moderate avalanches in the south direction, and incandescent dome blocks into the west-southwest direction along the steep ravines. What else we got in here that's of importance? Well, maybe we'll just watch a little video. Let's see what that one does. It's got going. We got to get rid of that. And there we go. So let's let that play one more time. That is pretty awesome. Like I said, pretty nice vantage point. It's just if that thing started spewing out really hot lava, what would you do then, or where would you go? But that is an awesome shot, so looks pretty nice. And let's leave that there. Is there any more? No, nothing. So that is Santiaguito in Guatemala, Central America. Let's leave that one be. We'll go to our next guy, and that is Shishaldin Volcano in the Aleutian Islands, Alaska. Low-level eruptive activity, elevated surface temperatures. And here's their shot showing kind of a combined picture there of thermal. Anyway, elevated surface temperatures at the Shishaldin Volcano on the 19th of August. And image Sentinel-2. So you can definitely see we've got lava in a few places here. Awesome stuff. And unrelated, we'll leave that one alone. The Alaskan Volcano Observatory noted a low-level explosive eruption at the volcano's summit crater over the past hours. Elevated surface temperatures have been identified in thermal satellite views over the past 24 hours. Visibility of the eruptive phase was limited due to the dense cloud, and not a surprise. Anyway, that is it for that one. So definitely a little bit of action at Sheldon Volcano there in the Aleutian Islands. And we'll leave that one be. Where shall we go next? We already had a look at that one. We already had a look at those. And I think we need to go here maybe. No? Let's see. That is not, this is not the volcano we are looking for. Let's, no, don't refresh. I don't want to refresh. I want a lava TV cabs. I'm going to see if he's got anything live. Nope, nothing new. So, no new lives. 23 hours ago he did something different. All right, so we'll leave that one be. And we'll take a look over here at Semeru and see if they are up and running with theirs and a good visibility. As soon as these wonderful commercials are done, I will make that bigger and try that. Let's see, more commercials. Oh, nice. Always like lots of commercials, right? Anyway, there we go. Oh, and that was not worthwhile waiting for. Let's back that up a little bit, see if it clears up a little. This is 2 hours 24 minutes ago. Yeah, we can almost see it, at least the bottom of it, but a little bit better. No, it's even worse. And of course, then we go into the wee hours of the night, and we definitely can't see it. So I'm not sure what to really mention there. Not the best weather and not good visibility there at Semeru. So we'll leave that guy be. Going to make that smaller. This one is okay. And we will carry on to, let's go to this one. This is, where is it? It's a half a roof. No. That is Mount Etna, and that is it over there, southeast crater, giving off a bunch of smoke. I did put that on to 1557 their time, so that's just about 10 hours ago our time. So gives you a pretty good idea of what it was like there today from this vantage point. Unfortunately, the cloud work was pretty heavy, hard to see much, and we'll leave that back on live. That is what it looks like right now. Unfortunately, not the best. And then we look at the other screen here, and if we back that up to just right around where the sun was setting, it does look relatively normal from our perspective on this side. So you definitely see that southeast event continuing to throw out a lot of material, and pretty cool to see that. Unfortunately, it creates a lot of pollution. Let's put that back to live and make that one smaller, and I want to do the same with the other one here, make it smaller. Now, I did look at the chart, and I've got good news. And the good news is what we're seeing here. Okay, you see the ups and downs, and here we're seeing an upward trend as well as in this one. So basically, and now we see a downward trend. Darn it, I was going to say, if it keeps going up, we'll be happy and we might even see another eruption. But I am not so happy now that I see that last little tick there. I hope that's just a downward line. It's going to fix that. But we wanted to see it go up. We want it to go up about that height. And then we'll see lava. So up in here. Unfortunately, we're not seeing that yet. The camera for our other one, our Stromboli, unfortunately, that feed is not working, so we can't show that one tonight. And let's see if we go over to here and get that going, we might even be able to see what's happening at our wonderful Yellowstone site. I think I have to refresh that, unfortunately, and line it up again. a busy parking lot from the looks of things. And almost got it there. One little click. Oh, and that didn't quite do it. Darn it. And I'll get it lined up that way. All right, so they're panning it around. You can see there's people there at Yellowstone. For those people who have not got this site down yet, if you type in Yellowstone, it will give you the link for this wonderful site. They do have over 500 active geysers. They have this particular in-stream video that you can watch, as well as a multitude of other still cameras, and you'd be surprised at what's all there. So a good place to go look at stuff, and really cool. And I'm glad they got the newer camera, because it's a lot higher visibility, or higher resolution. Stalls a little bit, but it's higher resolution. So anyway, that gives you a little bit of an idea of what we've got there with the other volcanoes. And I think we're going to put this back on a canned lava for right now. It is a break time once again, so I need to rest my voice, and we'll do that. For the good people who are here, if you haven't yet bought that like button, please do. And again, if you haven't had yourself a moment of thought there about our wonderful Teresa Cook no longer being with us, please take yourself a moment of silence and ponder that. And it's unfortunate that our wonderful Maui, being on a vacation in Maui, and ended up in that firestorm. So take a moment of silence for her, if you will. Anyway, Kananaskis country, our fellow lavalier Teresa Cook was one of the victims of the fire in Maui. Okay, just found out. So that is what we learned today, and apparently it was posted all over the place. So Two Pineapples had it up on his Discord, etc. Anyway, I'm going to go take that break. Keep smiling, everyone, and try to have positive thoughts. And here's some music, and I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. I'm your host, DrFox2000. Keep smiling, play nice in the lava. so the microphone is back on, and thank you, Grandma B, for reminding us that Irish monks are supposed to be a year older today. So I don't know how old he is. But if he happens to be a listening Irish monk, have a happy birthday from all of us here at VolcanoX. And thanks, Grandma B. Thank you, Sasha and Kananaska's Country and Henry Nelson for the welcome backs. Either a 61 or 661. Or no, he's much older than that there. I think he's 1900 and some years old from what I heard. Anyway, I have no idea how old he is. I know he's older than me, and I'm only 236. Okay, 1961. Yeah, something like that. 1961 years old, and that is pretty awesome. Anyway, yeah, so let's get back at stuff here. Where were we? We had a look at our extra stuff. I want to do the volcano report, and then where is it? I know it's here somewhere. I had to look at another email here. So, all right, a volcano report for today. Actually, for a late Thursday's volcanic activity. 4 volcanoes on the list. Ubinas in Peru, no volcanic ash emissions in over 16 hours, reported at 17:45. It's gone quiet. Mayon, Luzon Island, Philippines, eruption of volcanic ash cloud unknown height, reported at 18:30 last night. Nevado del Ruiz in Colombia has a new volcanic ash emissions to 20,000 feet, 6,100 meters, reported at 1950. Suwanosejima in Japan erupted to 6,000 feet, or 1,800 meters, reported at 21:15. And for Friday, we've got 8 volcanoes that were on the list. So we'll start out with number 1, Sabancaya in Peru. Continuous ash emissions to 21,000 feet, 6,400 meters, and 1:30 this morning. And then continuous ash emissions to 23,000 feet, or 7,000 meters, reported at 13:30. We already seen the separate report on Kilauea and Santiaguito. Suwanosejima erupted again to 6,000 feet, 1,800 meters, reported at 5:45. And Shishelden volcano in the Aleutian Islands, we already read that report, so that is all good, came in at 6 a.m. Nevado del Ruiz in Colombia, sporadic emissions of volcanic ash reported at 7 a.m. And then Mayon, Luzon Island in the Philippines, eruption of volcanic ash cloud unknown height, reported at 16:30. And then Popocatépetl in central Mexico, volcanic ash emissions observed to 21,000 feet, 6,400 meters, reported at 17:45. And that is our wonderful volcano report for today. Thank you, Sue, for getting that prepped and sent in. That is awesome and always appreciated. And let's see, what else we got happening? We wanted to go to, we didn't go to Japan yet, did we? I don't think we went to Japan. We got to get our ice cream boat. Where's Japan? That's got to be here somewhere. All right. No ice. Yeah, the ice cream boat's there. Go get your ice cream. Ice cream boat, a present and accounted for. So head on down the road, down there. At the lights, you hang a left and go down to the dock. When you get there, you'll see the ice cream stand. It's all good. Anyway, that is what it looks like there today. Not bad. And of course, the volcano in the background here, the Sakurajima, is doing its thing, puffing. Let's take a little closer look and see what kind of commercials they've got for us. Oh boy, I can't get rid of them. There we go, a little better a look and a little closer. 10:14 a.m. there, and actually it looks pretty nice. A few clouds coming in. I don't know what's actually coming out of the volcano, kind of obscured by what we've got, but we can tell it does have something coming out of it. So pretty cool. We'll make that one smaller. Go through the next shot. This is should be the close-up of the caldera. I don't know, those clouds are pretty low, so hard to see anything, but you can get a little bit more detail there. It definitely is steaming out of the crater itself, so pretty awesome. Anyway, we'll make that one small. Go to our next one, and we'll make that one bigger. And that one has got no picture. All right, what happened? Okay, we have no picture, and that is ASO. ASO has obliterated the camera. No, I have no idea. Nothing happening there at ASO. At least nothing we can tell. Let's go to the next one, and they might have commercials too. No, there we go, and that is Asama. Asama volcano is about 100 kilometers to the west of Tokyo, and typically, well, it's hiding in clouds. They all seem to like doing that. If we go back about, 3.5 hours ago, we can see a little bit better. We do see it off-gassing some over here, and you can see that remnant heading off in the distance here. So definitely continuing to billow out some material. If we go back a little bit further in between scenes here, we might be able to see a little bit more. This is from 4:21 a.m. Hard to see, but it is off-gassing in there. You can kind of see that. If we go back even further, it was cloudy. So let's leave that be. That is basically Japan for today. And we'll make that one smaller. Just double check through the other ones here. Make sure I close them back down. And of course the ice cream boat is still there. So if you haven't got your ice cream yet, you can now do that. Yeah. And yeah, it's too light to have a blackout in there. Definitely need that. Anyway, ice cream ship, that is awesome. I want some. Actually, you know what I really would like is a soft ice cream made of the tiger paw, basically, which is a licorice as well as a orange, and that together is just absolutely wonderful. As a swirl, soft ice cream cone, that would be just yummy. Anyway, yeah, now that I'm making myself drool, yeah, licorice. They have that. It's a wonderful flavor, absolutely amazing. I like it. Rocky Road. No, that Rocky Road's got chunks in it. I don't like chunks. It's got gravel in it. For some reason. Anyway, let's leave that be. We'll make this one smaller. And where can we go next? Looking at my time, I think we can do earthquakes real quick. Just got to get myself on the right map. All right, so basically starting out in Kamchatka Peninsula, I'm not seeing a darn thing up there. Going along our Aleutian Islands, looks like everything is getting quieter. Sliding down the western coast, everything looks pretty quiet there too. We do see a little bit of rumbling right here where the Wanafuka plate and the Pacific plate are meeting the North American plate, some small ones. down by Petrolia, California, and that is a 2.4. The other one is near Ferndale, a 2.1. They might have felt those little shocks there. Nothing is too severe. Most of everything here sort of subsided. That swarm still having a few aftershocks here. Another 1. What is this one? A 1.7. This one a little further over, a 2.2. And this one out in the water, 1.7. So fairly light quakes. Here's one in 2.7, a little further down. That's Carson, California area, so pretty close to some of our people that we know down there. And a few more here on the tip of the Baja. These are just brand new, very small little tremors. So we'll leave those be. And this one down here, and that is a 4.4. And that is just off the coast of Mexico, 2:24 a.m., 10 kilometers down for that one. So it's the Pacific plate pushing the, oh boy, I forgot the name of the plate now. Is that the Cocos plate? Possibly. Anyway, it's pushing it. And we have another quake over here on the other side, a 4.3 from 2256. And that is 10 kilometers down. That's yesterday's, by the way. And sliding down a little bit more. We have this one down in Chile, Bolivia border region. 4.3. Yesterday's at 2213. 112.3 kilometers down. And if we zoom in over here, this is, of course, the South Sandwich Islands. Looks like we've got a couple of quakes, one on either end. 4.9, 4:33 a.m., 66.1 clicks down. The other one is a 5.2, and it came in at 11:22, 91.8 kilometers down. I did see one out here on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Let's grab that while we're looking. 5.3 over there, and that's from 1447, 10 kilometers down. And let's carry on, and we'll go over to New Zealand. And New Zealand had a sizable quake, 4.2 as they call it here. It happened at 11:01 and 185.6 kilometers down. Grenzed, did you feel that? I hope you are okay. And that is 4.2, and I hope Grenzed didn't have to live through that too much. Further up, we have 4.7 and Tonga, 3:54 a.m., 10 kilometers down. Moving on over, we see over here in Papua New Guinea, 5.1 from 1314, 32.7 kilometers down. And this Tual, Indonesia area, and 4.9 from 32 minutes after midnight, 58.5 kilometers down. Nothing else on Java or going up on Sumatra. We do see this one, southern Philippines, 5.0 from 1313, 13.6 kilometers down. Moving up a little bit more, we do have one off the coast of Japan, a 4.5 from 411, 29 kilometers down for that one. Not seeing anything else up there. And let's see, my mouse just doesn't like me today. It doesn't, oh, sorry, hamster. It's not liking me today. Let's see. 4.2 Afghanistan, 5:34 a.m., 104.1 clicks down. And nothing in Turkey, and nothing up here in Romania and those areas. So everywhere else is pretty good. Let's have a peek at what might be happening there in Hawaii. And I guess we'll start out with these guys way out here. 3.0 from 7:52, 13.1 clicks down, and a 1.9 from 4 minutes after midnight, 16.5 kilometers down. And let's zoom in just a little. Pardon me. And well, we'll grab the two up on top of Mauna Loa first. 2.0 from 1419, 15.1 kilometers down. The other one is a 2.1 from 2:32 a.m. and that is 41.5 kilometers down. That's quite deep. Let's go over here, grab this other straggler, 1.7, 21:28 yesterday, 100 meters above sea level, so still got quite a ways to go before you get to the surface. Let's now look at the Pahala area. Just going to zoom in a little bit. I will grab this fresh one out here, 2.4 from 1907, 29.9 kilometers down. Now, all the ones in Pahala region typically between 26 and 37 kilometers down, so I won't mention the depth. And if you're looking at Hawaii time versus Alberta time, take 3 hours off the time that I say, and that'll get you to Hawaii time. Anyway, this is a 1.9 from 16 minutes after midnight, 32 kilometers down. So normal depth. Anyway, 1.9 there. And next one is a 2.1 from 23:55 yesterday. And then we had this one, 2.2 from 54 minutes after midnight. 2.0 from 22:57. And then we had a 2.1 from 31 minutes after 10. Moving over a bit more here. I knew there was a couple here. Let's grab those. 1.8 to 14:52 is the time for him. Next one is a 1.8 from 3:37 a.m. So that all fits the bill. Let's have a look and see what's happening here. We'll grab this guy first. 1.8 from 8:45 and 10.9 kilometers below sea level. Let's zoom in just a tiny bit. We have this little guy down here, 0.5 from yesterday at 21:48, 66.5 kilometers below sea level. Then we'll go over here and we see 1.1, 4:11 a.m., 3 clicks down, 0.8 from 21:58 yesterday, 2.7 clicks down, 0.4 from 1.9 clicks down, 9:55 is the time on it. Another 0.8 from 20:27, 2 kilometers down, a 1, and that is from 21:55, 2 kilometers down. Next one is a 1, and from 21:41, 2.1 clicks down, 1.7 from 19 minutes after 1 a.m. Boy, I'm having a hard time seeing that. I need to turn a light on in here. Yeah. That's a 1.8 clicks down. Next one, a little closer. As we get closer to the actual volcano here, the caldera, it gets bigger, I think. 2.1 from 16:58, 1.6 clicks down. 2.2 from 10 minutes after 2100 yesterday, 1.3 kilometers down. And then we've got 2.2, 7:05 a.m., 1.3 clicks down. 2.1 from 1904, 1.7 clicks down. 0.3 from 22:39, and that is 1.2 clicks down. And this is 2.4 from 8.3 kilometers, or sorry, 8:30 this morning, 1.7 kilometers. Holy mackerel, I'm breaking up. Lava on my brain. 2.5 in magnitude, 1953 was the time, and 1.8 in depth, so that's below sea level. 1.9 from yesterday at 21:58, 1.7 clicks down, and this guy here, 1.8 from 22:24, 1.1 kilometer down yesterday's as well. So that is kind of the gist of what we're seeing. The fact that we've got such a large amount of quakes, we've seen them come and go before. Are we going to see something happening? Because this is kind of like the second time that we've seen these swarms. Those are swarms for sure. 3 swarms. Yeah, I just hope that we see an eruption. I want to see it erupt again. This time for a longer sustained eruption, and not just a short one. Those short ones are no good. You got no time to do anything with them. Anyway, we got all the quakes there, so it is a time for us to do our thing. I'm going to put you back on our wonderful canned lava, and we'll let that play. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, please help us out and give it a quick bop. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing, and hopefully you hit that bell notification while you're there, and that way you get notified. So we're on every day, though. We try to be. Sometimes we don't get as punctual as others due to work, but hey, we try to be here every day. And of course, a CND boy throws this in and says, Teresa Cook was in Maui. I am hearing that she was the victim of the fire. She joined a VolcanoX several times. Yes, she was actually here more than just several times. And she was a lavalier there, Bob. Definitely. And I really feel sad. She was on holidays there in Maui. She's from California, so unfortunate for her to be a victim of the Maui fires. Anyway, I'm going to go take that break and try to keep cheerful, people, and play nice in the lava. Here comes some music. I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks. go. That microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Hey, Grenzed is back. Hey, we asked you earlier there, Grenzed, did you feel the quake that you had there today? And I don't know if you felt the quake. Thank you for the welcome backs from Kananaska's country and C&D Boy and Grenzed. Appreciate that. And thank you, Sue, as well. I think we got everybody. Okay, I did not feel it as I am currently further north. Okay. All right, well, if maybe that was, it was a 4 point something is what they were saying, if I recall correctly. Matter of fact, we can go check, but no, that's Hawaii. That's a different place. Yeah. We can do that real quick. So that was right in here. Let's see. Yeah, there's a Taupo, and that was right there. And that's a 4.2 is what they said. Tokoroa, if I said that correctly. Anyway, that is there. No worries, and glad it wasn't affecting you. Anyway, let's, I might have felt the 4.5 if it had been in Taranga. Oh, okay. Well, that is what we got. So, just thought I'd share that with you. Anyway, let's go over and take a look at what we've got in the air today for our wonderful SO2 map. And I did refresh that earlier. I'm going to refresh it again just to make sure we are up to date. Windy 39 is here. Oh, that's nice. That doesn't help me any. Anyway, starting out up north, we don't see quite as much SO2 all the way across. We do still see some, but nowhere near as much as what we had. Let's zoom into the Kamchatka Peninsula first. Looks like, what would be up there? Shivelish, maybe. Not seeing too much from Klyashevskoy, and Karymsky is still doing its thing. Ibiko down here on Parameshir Island also doing its thing. And sliding over a little bit more. I bet you that is maybe from a Shivelish and that stuff coming out there. The rest is other places, and let's see, what have we got up north here? The fires up around Yellowknife and that area, and of course the fires in western Canada, in British Columbia, and some pollutants from Alberta. Yeah, and anyway, smoke going in through the northern portions there of the other provinces like Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Looking at Ontario looks pretty darn clear to me. Very nice time, and actually all of eastern Canada looks pretty much gas-free, if you will. So a beautiful day for them. Southeastern U.S. Looks like from, I guess, about Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, those places just on the edges of it. And looks like the western side is half of Texas, or a portion of Texas. I shouldn't say half, it's less than that, but a little higher levels till you get down on the tip of Florida. But those are heavier populated areas, a lot more industry and so on going on there, so that's what we've got. The western side looking pretty good, a little bit higher in Vancouver area, and it's all Bob's fault. He's over there on the rock. He's making smoke signals. No? I don't know. He's smoking fish, I betcha. He's smoking fish. Anyway, let's take a look down here in Our Mexico, we see Mexico City and Popocatépetl still off-gassing, where that is going out into the Pacific. And of course the wind currents had a reverse kind of, and everything from Guatemala and through Honduras, those areas, it's all blowing to the northeast, being drawn in by a system here. So kind of neat to see, and that is getting out onto Cuba. But you go further south and back into Colombia, Nevado del Ruiz, of course, dumping its stuff out into the Pacific along with his buddies there. Same with the little eruptions from Ecuador, and then of course you have Sabancaya, busy. Ubanas not so much, but Sabancaya doing its thing there, and that is getting all the way across Brazil, as well as the other countries in between there, like Paraguay and Bolivia. This other stuff along here, that's also other volcanoes as well as industrial pollution, so not sure what that's all about. Looking at these streams here, these are starting out here somewhere and moving on in. We're still seeing quite a bit of that. Lots of SO2 in the southern Indian Ocean, south of even south of Australia. It kind of makes you wonder where it's all coming from. White Isle volcano north of New Zealand, fairly steady and doing its thing. It looks like Australia's pretty normal. We've got our coking plants there north of Sydney, as well as the oil refineries there down by Melbourne. Tofua in Tonga was doing its thing, and not sure which direction this is coming from. Maybe adding from Agawa and Aoba there in Vanuatu, and Yasur would be down here. And we've got our wonderful friends in Papua New Guinea. We'll leave them be. Lualtalak still puffing away over there in eastern Indonesia, and Semeru would be making this area all nice and dirty and red, and this would be coming from Merapi. And then of course here it's hard to tell whether it's Jakarta, the city, or Krakatau that's creating this, or if they have teamed up and they're joined together doing their thing. We also have a Dempo out here, and I don't know if a Dempo is adding to it. Not so much from Currency and Marapi. And what is that one? Sinabung. What's Sinabung called? Sinabung out here is doing its thing. Ibu and Dakono still working away. And then we go up to the Philippines. Wishing Canada to rain to Canada. Yeah, just not too much rain. And be careful where you put it. We've had enough. Anyway, Mayon giving off this larger plume, and looking over here, I don't see as much coming from Taal, but we do have lots coming from our Manila city there, city of Manila. Anyway, volcano islands out here, the Japanese ones are still working away, and Taiwan looks pretty heavy duty as far as SO2. Suwanoshijima still putting out quite a bit of SO2 there, since it's been erupting. We see a heavier plume around Sakurajima as well. And this is from ASO. ASO being right there, even though we don't see much of it, we know it's off-gassing like crazy. Moving up here to Tokyo, it's not bad in Tokyo. Well, actually fairly high level today. But this area out here, that is from Asama, and it's getting blown up into the air, and heading kind of northwest there, and heading into the Sea of Japan. We've already covered the Kamchatka Peninsula. We'll leave that be. And of course, China, pretty normal, a little heavier in eastern India and Bangladesh, apparently. And looks like Sri Lanka still got a nice cloud over top of it. Still wondering where all this stuff is coming from. I don't think there was ice melting. Unless it's been warm down there. Maybe I should check that. Not so much coming from, I wonder if they got some rain happening from South Africa. Typically quite heavy there, so maybe they've got too much wind blowing it away. And the Democratic Republic of the Congo, you got Nyamuragira and Nyiragongo. Nyiragongo? Yeah, I think so. Goma 1 and 2. Unable to tell exactly where Urta Ale is today because of the circulation again has changed. We've got that heavy stuff coming from the oil refineries in Saudi Arabia. Looks like it's a little bit disturbed up here in in Iraq, around Baghdad, where the other refineries are. Kuwait, kind of messed up there as well. And then, of course, you got other refineries in Iran. And I do believe there is one down here somewhere. And I don't know if it's actually in Beirut or not. And then looking in Piggy's area, we do still see they likely have fires going on, and still some remnant SO2 from Mount Etna, and that is in the Kos area of Greece there. So, and speaking of Mount Etna, if we look at that plume covering fairly far south, and this may be a remnant plume, I have no idea. Something from stromboli, and of course there is Mount Etna, and it's dumping out all its goodness, as well as you got Stromboli up here, and it's so heavy you can't tell what's coming out of there. Same thing with a Volcano. Once this clears out, they need some rain there to get rid of it, so it's going to be a while yet. They need to have some decent showers. Looks like most of the rest of Europe, or at least the western side, is looking pretty good. And all the way up in Finland, Norway, and Sweden, they're pretty good as well. The eastern European countries look a little bit heavier as far as SO2. And sliding over, having a look here in Iceland, clean as a whistle. Is that a good term? Clean as a whistle? I have a special rain statement for tomorrow. 40 to 60 millimeters of rain. I'll send my rain to CND boy. Yeah, he'll like that. The problem with that one, Sue, is you send it over there to him, then he only uses a part of it, and then I end up getting it again. If you can keep that jet stream down low, see, right now, if you send it here, it'll come up and it'll end up going through the mountains and get to Edmonton. We got to get that jet stream to curl down so it's going through Calgary instead. Oh, darn it. Anyway, I tried to get out of it. Okay, well, I'll leave that. Let's see. Where am I at? Well, I don't have any more stuff for this. No more show stuff. What else am I gonna do? Well, I turn the canned lava back on. What? It will wash your air clean, Doc. My air isn't that bad. Oh, sure it is. Actually, yeah, we don't want too much, but no, they need it in central British Columbia, actually, where those fires are. That would be nice if they got some real heavy rain there. Trashy storms would wreck Mama's flowers. Yeah, you don't want nasty storms. You just want good rain. You know, nice, good rain. Stuff that will just fall straight down and not be bouncing too much. And in the right quantity and let it rain for about 4 hours, and good steady rain put out those fires. Anyway, I don't have much else to add here, ladies and gentlemen. So, anyone got any concerns, any questions, anything? I do want to kind of mention again here, we do mourn the loss of our fellow lavalier, Teresa Cook, who was from California, and she was visiting on a vacation. She was in Maui, and she became a victim to the firestorm, unfortunately. And that, in my opinion, is a horrible way to go, but we keep her thoughts and happy thoughts, and we wish the best for the families. It's a horrible thing, so I don't know what else to add. Other than my usual thing when I tell people, so, tell your loved ones that you love them tonight. It's the same as tell your loved ones if you're going to go somewhere, whether it's on a vacation or just down to the store. Tell your loved one that you love them, because you never know. You never know. Anyway, I don't know what else to throw in here. It's an unfortunate event, but it happens. There's nothing we can do to change it or turn back time. And just keep those thoughts. And as Kananaskis country mentioned, that's 4 people we've lost. So, not from this one incident, but our lavaliers, our people from the stream. So that's always a hard thing to deal with. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up the stream for today. Thank you everyone for being here. A big thank you to our moderators, Arizona Snowman and a Piggy and a Sue and a CND Boy and Yvonne Kunkel and Siggy and Gary 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, as well as Lucas Snow, Joseph Fields, Texas, and Mona Lisa Smiles. Thank you, moderators, and appreciate having you all there or in the background, and that is always cool. Crew 7 mission in about 5 hours. Okay, and that is awesome there, CND Boy. And for those good people who are interested in SpaceX and the crewed missions to the space station, there is a launch tonight. Awesome stuff. All right. Basically, thanks, moderators. Thank you, Sue, for always being there and getting those reports in. That is awesome. It is appreciated. And, of course, Piggy, with always sending the wonderful bacon seeds. Thank you, Piggy. And on those notes, time for me to get a little bit of a rest here and enjoy the rest of my Friday evening. I will leave this run here for, what do we got left in the can? Let's see. Yeah, we got, I think, almost, about 50 more minutes. So we'll let it run till it gets to the end of the day 11 part 2. And then I'll shut the stream down at that point. So if you're interested in just watching some lava and getting hypnotized, by all means, you can watch that for a little bit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, be good, be kind, take care of yourselves, have a great day or night or morning or afternoon, depending on where you are around the world. And keep a cheerful attitude, keep smiling, but please, most of all, tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Good night, everyone, and take care, and oink oink! Oh, by the way, there's a bunny eating. Good night. Oink oink!
up to 70,000 points.